Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jonathan Cohn, and today I have my book review of the book A Star-Wheeled Sky by Brad R. Torgersen from Baen Books. This is a standalone science fiction novel from Brad. This is his second of only two original novels that he's written for Baen. He has his first book, The Chaplins War, which I read and reviewed on the channel last year, and then he has the book A Star-Wheeled Sky. The Chaplins War was one of my favorite science fiction reads and just one of my favorite reads of last year. I absolutely loved everything about this book. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was deep. I thought it was thought provoking. I thought it was important and needed in science fiction. It added so much depth to sci-fi that I read, and I felt like this is exactly what the science fiction genre needed, and we need more of it. So after reading this, I was like, I have to read more of him. I have to read more of him. And so I basically asked for his books for his other book, A Star-Wheeled Sky, for my birthday last year, and I got it, and it's been sitting on my shelves on my TBR, and I knew I would get to it in quarter one, 2023, 2024, I should say, and I did. I was very happy I got through it. And I'll say this book is an enjoyable book. I think it's got some terrific sequences. I think it's a really fun book. I think it's got some great pacing. But my problem is, it doesn't. When you compare it to the Chaplins War, it just doesn't have the deeper themes of the Chaplins War. It doesn't have the it factor that just made me say, that is how you do science fiction. This was entertaining. It was a good standalone science fiction book. Lots of fun. I'll just go ahead and say I think I gave it like a 7 out of 10. Like, it's fun, interesting read, but it just can't hold a candle to the other book. What this book has going for it is a blend of science fiction, of hard science fiction and exploration, with also kind of a space opera element. Basically, you have these 5 star kingdoms, the star states, and they are some of them are kind of at war with each other, and they are from humanity, which launched into space years earlier and abandoned Earth. And then these star states have been fighting with each other a little bit, and then they discover this new planet and this new system that has been uninhabited. And they all want this planet and system because they think it will have clues back to Earth that they abandoned, and they also think that it will bring up resources and opportunities for their star state. And of course, they don't want the others to have it. So, we primarily follow one star state that goes in and is trying to capture it, and then an antagonistic star state, which are viewed as the bad guys in the book. And you have, among the good guys, the characters that really stood out, and also I would say are the main characters, are Wildreth Antagon and also Lady Garcina Oswite, who Wildreth is a civilian merchant who is basically pressed into service, and he basically becomes a lieutenant commander in charge of all the civilian men who are pressed into service. And Lady Oswite is the daughter of the leader of the Star State, and she knows all about these waygates, I think they're called, or waypoints. She knows all about waypoints and stuff, and so she's brought along on the mission, much to her family's chagrin. And at first, they kind of start as argumentative with each other, and eventually they work out well together. And then, of course, you follow Admiral Micton, who is the admiral in charge of the fleet. And there's a lot of space battle stuff in this book, which I thought was entertainingly done. Space battle's not my jam, but it was still somewhat entertaining. The real exciting stuff about this book is the stuff on the planet, where they see this huge pyramid, as you see in the cover, and they meet this strange woman with ties to Earth's past. And she's got a flowing orb here, which you see what that is and what that connects to the planet and the pyramid. And that whole storyline was very entertaining, and I had fun, and I was going through the book, and I was like, that was cool. But as I said, none of the book really hooked me and made me go, that's it. That's what we need. And it's kind of, whiplash a little bit to go from a first book that I just thought was terrific and an amazing debut to a book that I just didn't particularly love as much. And it's interesting because this book got the Dragon Award, which is the science fiction, fantasy awards at DragonCon every year. It's fan voted on, but it won that award, which I'm very impressed. And that's good for Brad that it won it. But of the 2 books, if I had to give awards or accolades to one, I would give it to Chaplins War. So I'm telling you, if you need to read a Brad Torgersen book, or you're looking for a good science fiction book, this is the book to get. But Starworld Sky is still very entertaining. As I said earlier, it's about a 7 out of 10. It's an entertaining book. Had fun with it. So if you've read A Star-Wheeled Sky, let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. And until next time, I'm Jonathan, and thank you for watching.